Candice Ransom is a popular children's and young adult author. She's written 138 books, including 18 books for the Boxcar Children's series. Candice joins us this morning to share more about her latest release. It's called Amanda Panda Quits Kindergarten. Candice, it's great to see you.
Thank you.
Welcome
to be here.
Welcome back. We were just catching up. It's probably been about 5 years since the last time you were here. Not since you've put together a book, but this is the latest offering.
Yes, yeah.
What's this one all about?
This is my first picture book with animal characters. I've had picture books come out before with kids as people, you know, but these are animals as children. And it's been a delight to work with the illustrator on this book. And the book actually started backwards. Generally, I write the story and then I will sell it or not. But if I sell it, then the editor chooses the illustrator and the illustrator does her work. In this case, an editor came to me and said that we have an illustrator who has created a character. The character's name is Amanda Panda. Here's what she looks like. Can you write a story? So it's like backwards for me. And it was a challenge, but it was a fun challenge because I knew what she looked like. I knew her name already, and then I just had to create the story.
What an interesting creative journey, having not done something like that before. Does it make you, was it a little challenging? Because sometimes, you know, like when you read a book and you watch a movie, you don't want to know what that character, you have your own vision of what the character looks like, right? So was that challenging?
It was. When you write a picture book, I have this little movie in my head of what things look like. And then the minute I finish the book and send it off, I let that movie go because the illustrator is always going to do something entirely different. Nothing like what's in my head, of course. But this time I had the movie already, and so it was different, but it was a creative challenge for me because this was like my 130-something book, and I needed the shake-up. Yeah. It was great.
Tell us about Amanda Panda's personality then.
Her personality was hard to come. Basically, she turned out to be me, and which is the case of a lot of my books. She starts out school with an agenda, which is me all over. You know, I'm going to do this, this, and this, and nothing happens like the way she wants it to. And so I kind of work from there. But that's basically my whole life. You know, I start out with an agenda and it usually doesn't work.
Well, it sounds like a very relatable story for me as well. You go in with this idea, and then is Amanda Panda learning those life lessons as she goes, starting in kindergarten?
Yes, she has a friend that she doesn't want to be friends with in the beginning, and this friend kind of insinuates herself into her plans, and everything goes right for Bitsy, who's the other character. And everything falls apart for Amanda, but she learns that to be a friend is more important than having your agenda. Yeah. So they become friends at the end of the book.
So today is back to school for a lot of young people and young at heart in our area.
Yeah.
It's really important to get started with reading early. When did you start? When did you know you were going to be an author?
Oh gosh, I started really young. I was like 7 when I wrote my first story. It was terrible, but I wrote it because I ran out of things to read. What I want to emphasize to people is that I didn't go to kindergarten because I grew up in Fairfax and they didn't have public kindergarten then. So I started in 1st grade and I wanted to learn to read, but I didn't learn to read until 2nd grade. I was not a brilliant student. I was not, you know, exceptionally smart. I just wanted to, but we learned by flashcard method, which was a method that nobody does anymore. It's a little harder, I think. And, but when I learned to read, it caught on very quickly. And I read everything I get my fingers on, my older sister's textbooks. So I started to write when I was 7, probably about halfway through the school year.
I just find it so interesting. You find those passions early, and you can see that in young people, and it's important to help develop that. And of course, reading is key in every context that we are in. We have about a minute left. You have different genres, and you mentioned it was great to shake things up. That's probably pretty important to keep it creative.
Yes. People wonder why I write so many kinds of books. I've written board books, I've written for young adults, I've written, you know, and it's because I'm easily bored. and I don't want to spend too much time in one area, and then I want to move on to something else. So right now I'm working on a nonfiction book for National Geographic. I'm working on a novel for middle grade readers. I'm starting maybe a new nonfiction biography project, thinking about it.
Yeah.
So I like to shake things up because I just can't do the same thing every day. You know,
yeah, for highly creatives, you got to move that cheese around a lot. Candice,
Yes.
it's great to see you.
Well, thank you.
Thanks for being back, and congratulations on the new book.
Thank you.
Yep. You can meet Candice. Candice is holding a book signing event on September 16th at the Jabberwocky Children's and Toy Store in Fredericksburg. For all the details, visit our site, WTVR.com/VTM, for a link so you can find Jabberwocky and go meet Miss Candice and find out more about Amanda. Panda quits kindergarten.